seen it up and built, street signs and derelict buildings all over the place. www.oilcrash.com pulls together global opinions on peak oil, the cataclysmic effect of the oil crisis, the world's inability to meet our own energy needs, which will lead in the very near future to the collapse of transportation, of agriculture, of employment, and therefore the world economy. And Robert's Truth campaign has seen him stand for Parliament, stand for local government in the Kapiti Coast where he lives, as well as relentless lobbying and using every opportunity he can to publicise his message. On oilcrash.com's homepage, Robert says simply, "I apologise that the information is disturbing, but comfort yourself that you gain big advantages by learning about it early and being able to prepare to live more simply on much less energy. There's a lot of preparing to do, so don't fret too much, get busy." Well, please welcome the man who wrote those words, Robert Atack.
11 or 12 years ago, I had just finished paying off $3,000 worth of speeding fines after travelling 55,000 kilometres on my 1000cc motorbike. I was clocked once at 260 kilometres an hour. So you can say I was a real petrol head, and I didn't have a clue about climate change or anything like that. Then about 8.5 years ago, I started looking up things about climate change and started getting really worried, and I thought, well, what's the point of bringing a child into a world who at my age won't be able to breathe 40 years hence? So I got pretty concerned about it, and I actually joined a group called the Volunteer Human Extinction Movement, started promoting the idea of finding no-child families. And then I discovered a lecture by Dr. Colin Campbell, who gave to the House of Commons in 1998-1999 called "The Peak Oil, the Turning Point for Humankind." Also discovered a speech, a little talk that Matthew Simmons gave, who was the international banker from Simmons International. You can look him up too, he's got plenty of stuff on his website. He said, on a scale of 1 to 10, if climate change was a 3, peak oil is a 13. He's been involved in over $100,000 worth of oil company infrastructure, so 100 billion, worth of infrastructure. So the guy knows what he's talking about, kind of thing. Anyway, because it's such a short period of time, I spent ages trying to write out, work what to say, and I'll just do a quick run through this, and if it gets too boring or long, we'll cut it short. People is something imposed on us by nature. It is like the rain or sunshine. It is unavoidable, there's an unavoidable event according to reports I follow. It seems like the world peaked back in May 2005 for conventional crude and May 06 for oil gas liquids, which is methane, shale oil, all the alternatives that you want to name. They peaked at best in March 2006. This was equivalent to about 85 million barrels a day. We just haven't done any better than that since. We've been on this rocky plateau. A lot of poorer countries have been squeezed out of the market. For example, Haiti, where they now eat mud cakes. And the swathes of people in the US being priced out of society with mass job losses and mortgage foreclosures. The sack in supply is being felt mainly by the poor at the moment, with the basics like cheese and milk and the land of milk and honey starting to be priced off people's shopping lists and negative equity rising its little head. We're starting to see the flow-on effects of escalating costs of global energy. Rice has gone up 50% in the last 2 weeks globally. We've seen the burst of the dot-com bubble, we've seen the bursting of the real estate bubble, we're now seeing the burst of the rice bubble. Helen Clark said it very clearly on March 18th, April 2006, but that's our mean effect from the neck up. We're probably not too far short of peak production, if not already there. She went on then about alternatives and government policy, but like I said, the media just right over their heads. This is in Parliament at a press conference. It should have been front page on Tim Pankhurst's paper, but he wouldn't want to put anything too truthful on there because it scares investors and advertisers.